yesterday that not only was this practice going to be really important, but also the meeting you had before. Did you didn't have a meeting?
Nope.
Okay. Well, the practice itself, did you come away satisfied with the group?
Yeah, we had a couple of days. Yesterday was optional, and I thought some guys that needed to stay off did. I thought we were full of energy today.
John, I saw you talking just with Travis connecting you before practice. I'm not asking for the conversation or anything, but is that a guy that you want to see more from, especially given he's, I think, arguably your best player?
Yeah, it's no one particular person that needs to be better. Our whole team needs to be. And, so, TK and I were talking about a lot of different things, not so much about that. But I think all of us need to be better, just like every other team in the league is right now that trying to get there. They're trying to be better.
Samula was taken off the second power play unit. It looks like I don't think you were thrilled with his practice. Were you pretty frustrated just with how he was doing in practice, and do you think he can kind of get it going come game time?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Have you reached any decisions about goaltending over the next game?
I don't discuss the goaltending the day before, morning of.
I guess in general terms with Fedotov, though, obviously he comes in a tough situation. The goalie, Ivan. He comes in a tough situation in the second period, plays well. You guys don't get the win, but what did that do to your confidence level in him over this last stretch and the ability to turn him if you have to?
Well, I haven't seen him play a whole bunch. Today was just the first practice I saw him, and I really didn't even watch him. I was watching other things, but I thought he played very well. I think he's a big reason why we get a point. So where it all goes, I don't know. I'll talk to Dilly this evening, and we'll see where we go with it.
I guess I remember the big thing you kept coming back to with Sam Ersson, was the way he responded in that Carolina game.
Yeah.
When he was in, he was out, he comes back in, plays well, you guys almost come back. Did you maybe see a little bit of that same, resiliency in Ivan in that first game where, he can handle a tough situation?
Oh, I don't think he's afraid of it. I don't think there was I think he had anticipation or adrenaline. I don't think he was nervous. I think he's I think he's very confident, and I don't think he's afraid of any situation that's going to be thrown at him.
You've always talked highly about Sam Ersson's resolve. Today he said he didn't have to talk to you. He knew he didn't play well. Do you still maintain confidence in him that he can give you guys starts down the stretch?
We're not even talking about trying to be better to get in at this time if it wasn't for Sam. It's a crazy situation with our goaltending this year. We don't have a sniff of having an opportunity with 6 games left to get in if Sam Ersson doesn't play the way he's played. He's played a ton of hockey of late, and that was the decision we made. I just didn't have confidence in, some of the situations with our backups at that particular time, and he's probably played too much. But we have not lost a moment of confidence in Sam.
Is it almost, obviously this is something you guys do because you guys are evaluating the players based on what they do and the situations and circumstances, but for people who will look at Sam's numbers and be like, oh, they're not that great. Is it unfair to do that given the circumstance he was put in?
Yeah, we weren't expecting Sam's development to be going down this road. But things happen, and the amount that he's played, it's almost unfair to look at his numbers because we've put him in that spot. But as I've always said about Sam, he is I don't have to talk to him. He doesn't have to talk to me. He accounts for himself very well. I'm sure he's licking his chops. He wants to make a difference to help us get through it here. And again, we haven't made any decisions, but the numbers with Sam, it's unfair because I've put him in a really tough spot and playing him as much as he has. But just when you think you're losing him, he bounces back. So that's a great thing about him. So we'll see.
That last 2 puck drills seemed like everyone was laughing and cheering, pushing and so forth. Is that a good sign that the team is loose, at least in that sense of you're not tight right now?
No, our team hasn't been tight. I don't want them tight. Yeah, as I said, it's a real special group as far as that's concerned. How they get along, the camaraderie of it, that's been so good this year and hasn't changed. It's just it's my job to define the level we need to get to, and we've beat that up, haven't we, the past couple of days? So I think they're willing to make the next step, and we're going to do it together.
With the road trip coming up, and this team has one of the better records on the road in the NHL, what do you think kind of goes into this group being able to find success in hostile environments?
Yeah, I don't think they're the league itself. It's not as hostile as it used to be when you go into away buildings. I think it's I think it's a perfect time for us to go because then we're all together. We get there today. There's going to be the players will have a little get together before they have their dinner. They go out for dinner. I just think it, as much as family's so important, the most important thing in your life, I think when you get away from your family, on your road, your team, you're with your team. I think it's a really good time I think we have 4 of them here, for us to be together and try to work through some stuff to see if we can get to the finish line here as far as trying to get in.
Last one. John, you didn't. You said you didn't have the meeting. What was the point of not having the meeting? Did you feel like
None of your business.
Okay.
Yeah. That last question always. No, I just didn't think we needed one.
Okay.
I really didn't. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John.